Hi, this is Christina Hills from the Website Creation Workshop, and in this video I want to give you a quick overview of what's new in WordPress 5.2 called Jaco. So 5.2 is the new version of WordPress that just recently came out, and it's named after an American jazz bassist, Jaco Pastorius. And all WordPress releases are named after a jazz musician. So most of the new features in this new WordPress affect programmers and coders. But what's really exciting for the non-techie entrepreneur are the things they've added that helps give you more understanding of what's going on. So if something's over your head, you'll know how to hire it out. Well, this one, and I can zoom in on this screenshot, is called Site Health. So there's now a Site Health area that you can go and look inside and see and understand the health of your site. So let me go into an admin dashboard under Tools, Site Health. You will see, and it might take a minute for this to come up, there's a status and an info. So this is at 81%. So here are some recommendations it is making, and you can click to open and read what it has to tell you. Then also over here are the past tests, and a lot of this is pretty techy. So if there's anything you don't understand, this is really more for tech people. But what I like is over here on the info area, it will show you sort of all the diagnostics of your WordPress site. And one of the things that people have been talking about a lot is the PHP version. And so here, if you click on server, it will show you your PHP version. Now, if that's over your head or you don't know what I'm referring to, then don't worry about it. But here's the great thing about this new Site Health. If you're ever having a challenge or a problem and you need to communicate with a tech, there's this little button here that says Copy Site Info to Clipboard. So if you click on that, it will copy it, and then I'll open up Notepad, and it will paste in all this diagnostic stuff. So what you can do with this is if you're having an issue with your hosting, if you're having an issue with anything, copy this and you can give it to the tech, and that will help them diagnose it. Again, this is for coders and programmers, but it's also helpful to people who are not super technical. All right, let me go on to the next feature. Now this PHP version that I mentioned before, 5.2 or higher, is required. So PHP is the programming language that runs WordPress, and just like WordPress has updates, PHP has updates. Now, most of the time you don't think about it because your hosting company handles it. But with this new version of WordPress, it will not let you run older, insecure versions. So I have an example of that to show you. Here inside this install, it's already warning me that I have an old version of WordPress. But let's go to the updates and try to do an update, and you'll see an error message. It says here, an updated version of WordPress is available. You cannot update because WordPress 5.2 requires PHP version 5.6 or higher. You are running 5.4. Okay, so if this all sounds really technical, the point is in WordPress 5.2, you get this error message. So you cannot update your WordPress because you're running on an old version. So you might be thinking, well, Christina, what should I do? Call your hosting company and talk to them. It's their job to keep PHP up to date. So that's nice that you now get this little warning, and it tells you what version you're on. So you can call your hosting company and tell them what version you're on. All right, so that is the other cool new feature. Again, these features in WordPress 5.2 tend to be on the techie side. Here's another one which I really like. Again, it it might feel techy at first, but it's giving you more information. I don't know if you've ever heard of the term, the white screen of death. That's when sometimes there's an update, something goes wrong, and you get a blank white screen. Now when something goes wrong, you get this nice little message, and I'll click to enlarge it. The site is experiencing difficulties. Please check your site admin email box for instructions. So this is awesome. Before, when something went wrong, you would just get a white screen and an error. But now you get this nice email message. So let me click on this to enlarge it. So it says your site is experiencing a technical issue. Howdy. Since WordPress 5.2, there's a built-in feature to detect when a plugin or theme caused a fatal error and notifies you. And so then it notified me that there was a problem with one of my plugins, and then it gave me some more information to follow up with. Now this is awesome. So if you run into a problem, now you have some clues about what to do. So in this instance, all I did was deactivate the plugin and it all worked again. So those are the big main issues. There's some other improvements behind the scene, mainly for WordPress developers, but this new errors, sending you email errors is super helpful. This letting you know you need a newer version of PHP, again, call your hosting company, and then this site health helping you with diagnostics. So that is it. That is what's new in WordPress 5.2. This is Christina Hills from the Website Creation Workshop.